Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag. Now this tag can be quite controversial because it's all your unpopular opinions, basically opinions that don't really match with a lot of other people's opinions. I don't know, but this is a fun tag. I like it. I like a bit of controversy sometimes, so let's just go ahead and get started. Question number 1, a popular book or series that you did not like. I'm going with Paper Towns by John Green. This book, I like John Green. I've read The Fault in Our Stars and I liked it. I liked Looking for Alaska and I loved it. But this book it was so boring. Like, yes, I see that a lot of John Green's stories seem to be like a generic copy of each other. But this one, I just thought it was so boring. The characters felt flat. I did not like any of them. And this book, just one of my least, like, I don't like it at all. Like, I read it for school like a couple years ago and I didn't like it and I still don't like it and I'll never like it. But I haven't read all of John Green's books, so I haven't read a John Green book in a long time. But this one is the last one I read and I hated it. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Question number 2, a popular book or series you love but everyone else hates. So for this question, I again looked and I could not find anything at all because I usually love a lot of the books other people love. Like, if a booktuber recommends a book and I read it, I usually tend to like it more than I dislike it. So for this question, I actually have no answer. Question number 3, a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you didn't want them to end up with. So for this question, I'm going with Throne of Glass. Selena from Throne of Glass. Or Aelin. Spoilers, Aelin. So Aelin and Rowan. I don't like Rowan. He's annoying. I don't like him. He's like kind of a carbon copy of Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses. And he seems boring, and Aelin can do so much better without him. And it's just sad because the story's not going in a way where I thought of it. Okay, I could do a whole video about this, but Empire of Storms is so different from Throne of Glass that it could be entirely different. Like, it's so different. Like, this story, the setting, everything, the vibe of this book is so different from the other books, like Air of Fire and Onward. The vibe is just different, and I wish it could be like this because this is my favorite book out of all the series. But that's not the question. I'm rambling. Rowan, I do not like him. I do not. Question number 4, a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. This is an easy answer. Romance. Romance is very popular, especially in the adult genre and also in the young adult genre, and I don't like it, and I mentioned this in a previous video, and I like romance and like a hint of romance in every book. That's like, I like that. But if a book is just dedicated for romance and like sissy stuff, then I can't deal with that because it's just boring and it's just the same stuff over and over again. And I like don't get me wrong, I like a good romance in a good book. Like, but if the book is all about just the romance, then I don't like it. I don't reach for that. And I know a lot of contemporaries are basically mostly romance, but it's different. I don't know. I just don't like pure romance. I just don't like it. Question number 5, a popular or beloved character that you did not like. I'm going with Mare Barrow from Red Queen. I loved this series like a year ago. I was like, oh my god, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. But she's annoying. Let's just say that. The story, I see a lot of people have said that this book is very generic YA, and I get that because it is where this girl, I don't know if this is spoilers, but this girl, and she goes and she finds out something about herself that she never knew, and now she's leading kind of a double life, and then of course this whole revolution happens and everything, and that is very generic fantasy, high fantasy YA. So I get that people are like, that there are a lot of unpopular opinions about this book, but Mare Barrow is just an annoying character, and I don't necessarily like where the series is going. I don't particularly care for the last book because it's a 4-book series and 3 of the books are out. And I don't particularly care for the last book at all. Like, it's kind of sad because I used to look forward, like, oh my god, Glassword is coming out. Oh my god, King's Cage is coming out. But now I don't really care. I'm just like, oh, okay, that book is coming out. I might pick up the 4th book. I don't know. I probably will since the last book and that's the end of the series. But right now, Mare is really annoying and I don't care for the last book. Number 6. A popular author you can't seem to get into. I'm going to go with Roshni Chokshi, who is the author of The Star-Touched Queen and A Crown of Wishes, which was recently published like a few months ago. And I've heard that she's a great author. I was so looking forward to this book because this book is supposed to be like beautiful writing, and I read it and I found it absolutely boring. And I did not care for it at all because the story is very much peppered with beautiful phrases. It's more like purple prose, which is basically there's this beautiful writing that goes on and on and on and on and on, and the actual plot is so slow and boring that it seems like the author is trying to mask that with the beautiful writing. And I know, like, listen to the first sentence.
Sky and Bharata was like exchanging a secret. It felt private, like I had peered through the veil of 100 worlds. When I looked up, I could imagine for a moment what the sky hid from everyone else. I could see where the winds yawned with silver lips and curled themselves to sleep. I could glimpse that moon folding herself into crescents and half smiles. When I looked up, I could imagine an existence as vast as the sky, just as infinite, just as unknown.
Like, I get the writing is beautiful, the metaphors there are a lot of metaphors, like half smile and crescent something, and I don't know. But that felt so boring. I was like, oh my god, I'm reading about a description about one thing, but the whole paragraph is dedicated to that one thing, and the story was like mediocre, and I just didn't like it. And her recent book, Crown of Wishes, is supposed to be better, but I don't know if I'm going to read it because of the disappointment I had with this one. Question number 7. A popular book trope you're tired of seeing. For this question, I'm going to go with the cliche love triangles, because yeah, love triangles just add another level of drama that the book does not need. Like, no, like the whole half the book is about the girl being like, oh my god, I love this guy, but no, I also love this guy. Oh, I don't know, which one should I choose? Oh, help me choose. Oh, he's so hot, but he's so smart. Oh, he's so nerdy, and he's so this, and he's so that. I just find that part of the story so like lacking, because I get it, like, some authors can do love triangles really well, like Cassandra Clare. If you look at the Infernal Devices, spoilers, but Jem was dying, that added another level, and he was addicted. Will had a curse, oh, so he thought so, and that just made the triangle so much more intense. But if it's like the 3 ordinary people, just a guy trying to get the girl, but also another guy trying to get the same girl, and the girl likes both of the guys and she can't choose, that, I can't do that. I can't. Question number 8. A popular series I have no interest in reading. So for this one, I'm gonna go with the age-old Twilight, because I know it was popular like years ago, but people like still were twihards, and unfortunately I'm 15, so when that Twilight craze was on, I was young, and so I couldn't read Twilight, and so I'm here now, and a lot of people, like, because of better literature now, there's like so much better literature out there than Twilight. Twilight's not even considered literature. Like, I read the first book and I gave it a 1-star rating. I did not like it. I absolutely hated the trope of Bella, Edward, and Jacob. I could not stand it. And the rest of the book, I have no interest in reading at all, but so many people love it. I know, because you can get caught up in the hype, and it's so fun to be in a fandom and fangirling about the same thing, but at this moment right now in 2017, I have absolutely no interest in reading Twilight at all. Last question number 9 is, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but which movie or TV adaptation would you prefer over the book? So for this one, I'm going with, I feel like a lot of people would agree with me, and that is Maze Runner, and the book's by Jane Dashner. And this book just is, I liked it when I first read it, but now I don't really like it as much. I've read the whole trilogy, and honestly, the trilogy, this is where I liked it. The Squid Trial's okay, not as much. Death Cure, not that good. I don't know, the story just went, I don't know, it was crazy. But the movie, I liked it better because, I don't know, I just liked seeing it visually, the maze, rather than reading about it, because the maze is so cool. I'd rather see it than read about it in a book. So I just found the visual aspect of that better in the movie. And also, I don't know what happened with the movie because they made the first one and then they made the second one. And then they were like, oh yeah, we're going to make the Death Cure a 2-part like Divergent and Hunger Games. Well, that didn't work out, so that's gone in the trash. I don't know what's happening with the movie franchise. But yeah, Maze Runner, the movie I like better than the book. Oh my god, I was ranting a lot during this video. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because these are my opinions. I'm entitled to my opinions. I'm not gonna put a disclaimer that these are my opinions, because if you can't figure out that these are my opinions, and that has nothing to do with you, like, if you love Twilight, go you. If you love Maze Runner book more than the movie, go you. I have no problem with that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave down below some of your unpopular opinions, as I would love to know. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!